What's up, everybody? I'm Cope.
Bray.
Matt.
And we got another bad movie review this week for you.
Yeah.
And this week, the bad movie
This is a bad movie.
is is Rubber.
Not like the condoms.
No,
Well, it's about a tire who's got a mind
It's
of
about
its
a
own.
tire.
it's about a tire.
A live tire.
A sentient tire that has telepathic powers. Yeah. This movie.
Where should we begin?
There are so many places to begin. Just to recap real quick, all I'm going to do is for the next couple episodes until, we get the gist of it, whatever. But our grading system is A to F. C is the middle ground. If you're closer to D and F, it means heed the warning of Netflix or Hulu. It's 1 star. Don't waste your time on it. If it's closer to B and A, that means it's so bad that it's good. And it would be an enjoyable time to watch with your friends. So on that note,
we begin this with the movie starts out with a tire getting out of the sand.
no, the movie starts
I
out.
didn't jot this down, but were you getting nauseous fucking from the camera behind the
No,
tire?
I don't even want to explain the beginning.
No, well, that's actually one of my points. Is the first 10 minutes, nothing at all happens. There's this random speech by a cop who ends up being one of the more, I guess, main characters in the second half of the movie. And he just has this whole speech. First of all, he gets out of the trunk of a car that was being
the car
driven.
hit all the fucking
And
chairs.
all the chairs that got knocked down. But he makes this speech about how in every movie
Things happen.
there's some main points of the
There's
movie.
an element of no reason.
Right,
Like-
that means that just has no reason to it.
Yes.
And some of the examples he gave were like, why is E.T. Brown? No reason. Why in romantic movies do people fall in love? No reason. Like all these weird things that just apparently had no reason to it. So the whole point of the movie was to say, it was paying homage to these no reason points
It's exploiting
in movies.
the no reason. Yeah, the whole
Right.
point,
So basically, it started off now with the tire rolling.
And then it's not, right.
And we get halfway through the desert and it's nighttime and the tire had to go to sleep.
the tire sleeps.
The tire laid down,
The tire went to
and it
sleep.
was morning.
The tire went to sleep, and then when it woke up,
It has a glass of water.
it had a drink from a puddle of water that was on the ground.
Like a fucking animal. Like it was thirsty. It had anger issues, first of all. The tire was sentimental in every fucking way.
Yep.
You looked at it wrong, it'd fucking kill you.
If it could, at first it couldn't. It ran over a plastic bottle, so it was able to run it over. But then it couldn't run over a glass bottle, so it got pissed.
angry and broke.
And that's the first. That's the first
It exploded.
glimpse we had of the telepathic powers, and it used its powers to shatter the.
Now you
the
had
glass
people
bottle.
out in the desert watching this movie.
And here's what you're right. Here's what I didn't understand, and I even put it in my notes, is that it's two things that have to go with that. It's a live movie. I'm
But
guessing.
what I didn't understand was why did the girls ask if it was in black and white? And
Well, I think it was just a
why did
stupid question.
the kid ask if it was a silent movie?
Everything they were saying had no reason.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
Right,
the
but
whole
what
point.
I'm saying,
But it
like, was it supposed to be like a live movie? Because there was an
I still
audience
don't
of
know.
people
Watching it
with binoculars that watched the tire's adventures, I guess, and watched every step of the way, day after day. So it was like a live movie.
I guess.
It's somewhat, yeah.
If
But
that makes
they
any
kept, you know what's
sense?
so funny? You see, but you can't even explain it because the movie is based off no reason.
Right.
But at the same time, even the lady says something like, they kept calling it a film, like watch the film.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it was a live movie.
Yeah, it was like a live movie, and I don't want to get too far. But I guess we'll talk about after. But when we get to where the sheriff was talking to to the police officers, even the guy is saying how don't worry about it, you can go home now. Everything's done. But then
Yeah, so
everybody
it
was
was like a
like,
movie, but it wasn't a movie.
yeah, but it was a movie, but it wasn't a movie. But then who? I wonder
Who knew what was going on?
Who was the sheriff? How did he shoot him and he didn't die at all? If it was live, but to everybody else it was real.
It was as if like while they were there, while there was an audience, it was a movie.
Yeah.
Like as long as there were people watching, it was a movie.
It was a
So if
movie.
he got shot, he didn't really die because it was a movie. It was fake.
Yeah.
But the second
People
there was no
weren't
audience,
It's
it
over.
became real, and that's why the tire ended up like
Maybe
roaming.
in a way, can you say that the reason why the other police officers didn't know it was real or fake was because there was one audience still left. If he would have died, would have been like, oh, okay, cool, let's go home.
Right, like as if everyone transformed, like
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a switch went
Yeah,
off. Like
yeah.
there's an audience, therefore we're in character. There is no option to
Because
stop.
they didn't know what he was talking about. I wonder, like, if the last guy, the guy in the wheelchair, would have been dead, if they would have been like,
Right.
you know?
I don't know.
That's something
why-
we'll never know. But I mean, it's an interesting thing to think about.
What else do I have? Right. Everything is for no reason.
The guy in the bike. I think he was a character. That guy.
What kind of bike?
The guy in the messenger. He was like master. When he was on the phone.
Oh, him.
Who the
Yeah,
fuck was
he's the
this
one
guy?
that kept working to. But he ended up poisoning the
He was
audience.
He was working for the sheriff.
Yeah, but it's just the way it was master.
But like the whole point is everything was for no reason.
Yeah,
Everything
exactly.
in the film just had no
The
reason
biggest thing
to
was
it.
not to fuck with the tire.
Yeah, don't fuck with the tire.
Piss that tire off, you're dead, goodbye, have a nice day.
The fucking bird didn't do anything. That was one thing. The rabbit,
didn't do anything.
Do
It
anything.
looked at it funny.
The rabbit.
And
The fucking
if I could just
no, the main.
I don't know. You probably have more points throughout the rest of the movie, but I have to jump to the end just because this part really got me the most.
Well, let's get to the parts before we just talk
Oh,
about it.
fine,
Yeah.
go.
Because,
I
like-
swear to God, if you say the point first,
Okay.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Well,
Okay.
at the
point-
hotel with
point
the
to that
tire.
somewhere. I don't know.
We're right here, right now.
Did you write?
What the fuck?
Oh,
Can't read your hand right now.
But let's start with the hotel. The tire goes into the girl's room
It
because
rents
the
a
door was
fucking
open.
hotel
It
room.
rented a room.
Yes, it apparently rented a room.
It slept in the bed.
It slept in the
And it
bed.
took a
It took a
shower.
shower.
Yes,
the
the tire
tire was
was in
able
a
to take a shower.
The best part about it was that girl's ass.
It was funny because
The tire was peeping on it.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know how the audience was seeing through the.
That's
fucking-
another point I had actually was how did the audience
I don't understand how the audience saw half the stuff when the
exactly
tire went
like
on.
the
'Cause the
tire
fucking
was
door
going
was-
distances like it
Yeah.
passed the gas station when it blew up that guy's head.
I mean, I wonder
you
how good
know.
the binoculars are, but at the same time, the door was really not that open.
Well, besides that, you're in a fucking building. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they were
yeah.
able to catch everything as if they were looking at it right in front of
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
You know?
I put turkey. The fucking turkey. But
It was
then after,
poison, that's why.
Yeah,
it
he
was
explained it
but
afterwards.
It was just something.
Because at first there was a guy, and he was in his hotel room talking to his master, he called him. And there's just a turkey next to him. A live turkey. Just.
He takes out 2 knives and just like.
And kills it,
And then he kills the turkey.
Which
But
killed
then you
the whole
find out the
audience.
next day is
Which
that
made the people turn into savages, because after 2 days they were like incredibly.
they devoured the turkey and then they got
got
poisoned and died.
You had the kid talking to the tire because half of your points are just
No,
retarded.
yeah, the kid talks to the tire. No, I put a lot of points. The kid put dead bird
Yeah,
on
but
the
he did that
pizza.
on purpose because he didn't like the guy.
Yeah, but still, that's fucking weird.
No, but it,
The whole movie was weird.
yeah, there was no reason for it. The kid talking to the tire is like, me, boy, you, tire.
And that's the last you see of the kid.
And that was that first you saw
I
the tire.
I put this point down because
Because
I
then it
thought it
went
was
3
funny.
days later.
Where the tire remembered being on the car. It was looking through the mirror and just going.
It was a flashback
It was
and
on
he was
the
on a
clock.
truck, yeah.
Don't
say this one. That's my point. That's my last point.
Okay. I said the messenger ate its own fucking poison food. The messenger. Which
Yeah,
is
the guy.
The guy.
The glasses.
You knew that was poison. All of a sudden,
He
you
bought the
should
food.
eat it.
And then he ended up eating all the food that he brought, which he already knew was poison to kill the last audience member that didn't eat before.
And
And he ended up eating himself and telling like his life story.
Yeah.
And then he killed over and died.
And then the guy in the wheelchair died anyway.
Yeah. And it
It's like-
brings us the best point in the fucking movie is the sheriff
Walks out with
gets disgusted
and
and he
just-
goes into the house. Oh, sorry, right before this there's a 3-day time skip and apparently the
I
tire
said that before.
massacred. You did?
Yeah, so there was 3 days that went by afterwards.
Yeah, the tire just killed everybody. Right, so then he's in a house and the sheriff goes in with a shotgun. He gets disgusted. He goes in with a shotgun.
Oh wait, before that.
The mannequin, okay. The
No,
mannequin.
Before the 3-day gap, the tire sees somebody else burning a bunch of tires.
That had no relevance. That's why it went on the killing spree.
That's why
That's
we're on
why.
killing
Yeah,
spree,
I'm
right,
just saying.
exactly.
Yeah, that's why.
It's like it saw its species being killed by humans, so we're on killing spree for 3 days. So at one point after a trap fails because they strap a mannequin with bombs and then make
I don't know why they couldn't blow it up. Right
and
next
they
to
made the
fucking
girl
tire.
talk through it and it just sounds so ugly and stupid.
Finish me.
But the sheriff gets disgusted, goes into the house with a
Blows
shotgun
a bunch of holes in it.
and just blows a
comes
bunch
out
of holes in
with
the shotgun in the tire and comes out with just the
the flap of
rubber of the tire and he's like, here,
Alright,
it's
finish
over,
the end.
go home. And then all of a sudden, a tricycle rolls out of the house and the last audience member actually turns to him and goes, wait, it's not over. He was reincarnated as a tricycle.
And then the guy in the wheelchair blows up and
That's the
dies.
assumption.
And then apparently it had a huge power boost. And now it it didn't just blow his head off like everybody else.
No,
No,
the
it
whole
blew
The
thing.
entire
No,
No,
fucking
he
wheelchair in
completely
his body.
disappeared from existence.
And now you see this tricycle rolling down the highway, picking up more tires as it went along.
Yeah, more tires started waking up apparently and following him like an army, and they make their way through
Hollywood.
the highway to Hollywood.
No,
Why?
what I liked the most was that before even the guy in the wheelchair was exploded, he looks at the trike and he goes, "I'm just part of the audience."
Yeah, he goes, I'm just part of the
watching.
audience. I'm not a character.
I'm not a character.
He says it straight out, I'm not a character.
So,
There was so much I didn't understand in this movie though. Like,
This whole
I know it's a
movie
whole
was-
no reason
yeah.
thing, but wow. And the tricycle guy. Wait! He was reincarnated as a tricycle. Like, oh my god.
so now to just sum it up and we'll jump into our ratings.
Oh, wait, and one more point. The kid. Like, I would have thought like any normal person would have like just seen a tire go in a room. You know, it's just a tire went in the room. This kid was like, "No, it's a live tire." The live tire.
You're telling me you would see a
A tire
tire
just roll into
roll
a
into a room and close the door,
You'd be
and you
okay
would be
with
like,
that?
Yeah, but how would I know
That's
the
a
tire?
normal
Why would I
Tuesday.
think the tire closed the door? Like anybody could close the door.
who rolled the fucking tire in?
Yeah, but did the kid see it as a tire already rolling?
He saw the tire
You saw
roll
the
in
tire
the
stand
door.
there, roll into the room, and then the door
close
closed.
it.
To you, it's like, that's a normal
To
Tuesday.
me, I wouldn't even think anything of it, to be honest. I was
So,
like, okay.
we'll just go to our
Rating
ratings
time?
then. Yeah.
Alright, we'll start from you this time, because you had a pure hatred for this movie.
I give it an F. Why? No reaon.
Throughout the whole movie, he's like, oh,
The movie was dumb. Do not see
At
it.
one point, it started buffering, and he was like, "Yes, we don't have to watch this anymore." And I was like, "No, we have to finish it and sit
But
through
yes,
this."
I give it an F for no reason.
What about you?
I gave it a D minus.
Wow.
I gave it a D. I didn't give it an F for originality and creativity.
This
Okay.
tire murders you when you sleep.
I would dream about it.
I gave it a D. I did. Wait, no, I gave it a D. I'm gonna explain why I gave it a D. I gave it a D because, as stupid as the movie was, it was self-aware.
I don't know who my friends are anymore.
No, the movie itself. The movie was self-aware. It knew it was a stupid
Yeah, it
movie,
was a
and at the
stupid-
beginning, we were even warned that it was paying homage to all those no-reason factors in big blockbuster
exactly,
movies.
yeah, exactly.
So the whole point of the movie was the entire thing was there for no reason.
Yeah.
The creation of the movie itself, in the end, was for no reason.
That's why. I gave
So
it a
I
D
think
for
the
originality.
self-awareness
It's
The whole
of the
movie
movie,
was no
the
reason.
self-awareness of the characters, like him saying, "I'm not a character, I'm part of the audience." I think the whole thing just had like an interesting.
It was interesting. Yeah, exactly.
There was something interesting that attracted about it. You know, as
Yeah.
stupid as it was.
Yeah, no, it was stupid. It was just interesting.
The fact that it was self-aware made it more interesting to what they were doing because they knew how stupid it was and went for it anyway
Yeah, no, I
because
agree
of
with
no
that.
reason.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I gave it a D.
Like even this,
And not an
even the
F.
speech he gave in the beginning of the no reason. Like I thought that was like that's true.
Right.
You know, it's interesting.
And that was the
how
whole
true it
point.
is.
Like we go through all these blockbuster movies, loving them to death, and we never even stop for a second to question.
Why
You know,
did this
why did that
happen? Why
happen?
did
Why
this
did that
happen? Yeah, no
happen?
reason at all.
So that no reason factor that we all just, you know, completely ignore and goes right over our head because the movie's amazing
Yeah, the
or,
movie's great,
or
yeah.
fantastic or great story. That we choose to ignore the no reason factors of those movies. So I think the fact of this movie being self-aware, saying all those things are no reason. Here's an entire movie of no reason for you. That's why it didn't get. That's why it didn't get an F from me because a movie like 500 Mile Per Hour Storm or Bikini Spring Break, those to me deserve the Fs that they got.
I'll give those movies both an A compared to this one.
Shit.
You also didn't like Zombievers when it was clearly awesome. So
Fucking Zombies got a B.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Anyways,
But yeah, so if you enjoyed this review and if you want to take Matt's word for it, and it's just I mean, clearly
I don't
none of
think
us
by
gave
myself
it.
I could have watched.
I think
it.
it's clearly none of us gave it past the positive threshold
Yeah.
to say, watch this is enjoyable. It's still heed the warning that you have on Netflix, Hulu, or anywhere you see it.
documentary. about
Don't
the
really
tire.
watch this movie. Even with friends, we were all together and we were getting disgusted watching it ourselves. But
It's a documentary about a tire.
the fact that it didn't get an F from the two of us is just because of the originality and self-awareness that this movie had. So, or you can just go with Matt and be like, fuck this movie, it got an F. Why? No reason, doesn't matter. But, you know, if you enjoy these, as always, like, comment, subscribe. And I'm Cope.
Bray.
And no reason.
And we'll see you next time, guys. Later.